Hello, welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and this is your reading for Friday, February the 7th. This is my last of this series of readings. I set a goal to do this for 2 weeks, and today's reading ends that. I'll move on to something different and continue to do readings, but not on a daily basis. Before I do today's reading, I want to back up to the last 2 days on something. I've noticed that the two cards in particular came out both times, and that was the Five of Cups and also the King of Pentacles. Now, I noticed patterns like that. To me, that's a pattern. If it's 2 days in a row, there's something going on. I thought, well, there should be a third, right? I don't think we have, and I was expecting them to come out tonight, but they didn't show up in the cards that I pulled. So it's like, do I really need a third day of that? I don't think so, because the way that my guides work with me, if I miss something, they will usually correct me. Often during the reading, they will stop me and say, go back and look at that again. And I believe for each of the days that these cards came up, I did read them correctly based on what I was receiving. But the fact that it's 2 days in a row, there's something that I've missed. And I believe I know what that is. And what that is that because it's a collective, there's a lot of different things going on out there. So each person's going to feel differently about the card. So there was a third alternative to how these were being read, and I want to go over that if I may. And for this, I'm going to be using, so that we can see this, I'm using the Rider-Waite deck because it's easiest for me to kind of see things in. But it's the big one. It's the giant cards. These things are huge. You cannot shuffle them. They're impossible. But the Five of Cups. Now you can watch the last 2 days of how I read these in those readings, but I want to offer another perspective here. So using this card, you see a person standing there and you still have this sense of loss or grief, or there's a sadness here. He's in black, so he's almost like he's in mourning over something. And he's looking down at 3 spilt cups. Now, what he's not seeing are 2 behind him that are still full. So that's still something for him. But also, when I look at this, you'll see ahead of him, there is a bridge over the river. And then on the other side is a little structure or building, or it could be a little community. Is it possible that what you're feeling right now, this sense of whatever it is, it's not yours? It's coming from the collective or people around you, and you're just picking it up. And it's something that would make you definitely look at things differently. It's something that could actually stop and stall you right now because you've been making progress. And the other readings have shown that there's something new there, but you're dealing with this sense of sadness or whatever it is. And it could be actually stalling you from moving forward because you may be thinking, what's going on with me right now? Why am I feeling this way? Did I miss something? And then you go into this mode, and you know how you operate. Everyone's different, but you go into this deep reflective mode, like what's missing? What am I doing wrong? And you're digging, and it stops and it stalls you in your progress because you feel like something's not right. It's possible that what you're picking up is not even yours. Now, in last night's reading, I talked about that at the very beginning, about this collective energy, this feeling of a dark night of the soul. And this card could kind of reflect that in a way. And it's also a 5, so that's change and it's change, conflict, new direction, new path, transformation. You know, it can be any number of things depending on how it plays out for you. But it's possible that you are actually picking up on the energy all around you, because there's a lot of stuff happening right now. We have a lot of people that are transitioning, and we also have a lot of people that are awakening spiritually. So that's some very strong collective stuff. And if you're a person that picks up on that easily, it could be influencing you in your thoughts right now and causing you to stop to inner reflect, and you're probably not finding much. And so it makes you wonder, did I mess up? I don't think that you did. I think just be aware of that. So that little bridge that connects over to the other side could also represent some type of connection that you might be having to the energy and collective all around you. And that water represents emotion. So it's a very emotional time. And remember, there are two cops behind him. He's not seeing it. He's so focused on the stuff in front of him. He's not taking the time to turn around and look to see what's back there. So I think this is a positive thing to consider, to just realize it's maybe not yours. The next card that came up the last 2 days, the King of Pentacles. And in each of those readings, I feel very confident that the way I received it was accurate for the people watching those particular readings and who it was meant for. This reinforces to me, when you look at this card, it reinforces that it is time to really make wise choices, in whatever you choose to do. If you look at the king, he has his hand on the pinnacle and he's looking at it. So he's really pondering, he's making decisions on how best to utilize this. How do I invest my money or your time, whatever it is, for the longest term outcome that I can get from this? So he's really giving this some thought, and you possibly are doing that with whatever new ideas or opportunities or job prospects that you have. You really have to think, what is in my best good for the long term, not just jump into something right now. And there are people that are changing jobs, they're having new life path decisions, and they're like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want that job. I want to do something new, but is it in my best interest? And it can be hard because you may have people around you that are just not in a really great energy, and their energy is affecting yours. And they also could be people that are telling you, no, stay where you are. We don't know what the future holds. It's very uncertain right now. Stay where you are. You may hate it, but at least you have a paycheck. But you're thinking, I can do better, and I need to make a decision for myself and not necessarily pay attention to what's happened in the past and all the heartbreak that may be around me. I need to do something for me. So this one is very critical in this time where you are, of making wise, very wise decisions for you of what is in your best and highest good. And on this one, follow your intuition. It doesn't matter what people around you are saying. They're going to look at it differently. They are not feeling what you're feeling. And you have to make the right choice. There's something that I read and I posted today. It was just a little saying, but it says along the lines of, people will notice your decisions. They'll judge you and condemn you and criticize you for your decisions, but they don't know the choices that you had to choose between to make those decisions. So you have to do that for yourself. Forget about what everybody else says. This is your life, and it's your pinnacle that you are trying to maximize and grow. Your idea, your business proposal, your job, whatever it is, you have to do what's in your best interest. All right. So thank you for giving me the time to clarify and talk more about these two cards. I feel like it's good now. So, 3 is the number for me, and I received the cards in the first 2 readings, and now I've had the opportunity to talk about this. So I do feel better. So thank you for that. Moving forward to today's reading, I'm pulling from 2 different sources. The first is the Blue Angel Oracle by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. And it's a beautiful deck. And there were 2 cards that came out. I was going for 1, but 2 came out. So we're going to read them together. And I'm also going to reference the book on this a little bit, because not use these very much. But the first card is Grace and Gratitude. And the second card is Pendragon Sword. So Grace and Gratitude. Let me talk about this just a little bit, and I'm going to go to the book. But this is a card about release. Release. It says, release frustration and anger and express the love and light that you truly are. Let the real you shine through. Be grateful for your life and the many blessings you receive each day. Gratitude will lead you to peace, and peace will lead you to abundance and joy. We're getting a lot of pentacles the last few days, right? This is about manifesting your life and getting to something that you feel is abundance. And abundance is not just money. It can be an abundance of love and joy and happiness, any number of things, however you define abundance. Focus on the good in your life and everything else will fall into place. Beyond thought, there is a knowing that embraces all knowledge, a knowing that does not divide nor keep one truth from another. Within this knowing, you will find all you thought was missing. Those two cups that are behind the person, they're still upright. It's there. Within this knowing, you will discover your beautiful soul. So that's the first card. Grace and gratitude, release. Now let's move on to Pendragon Sword. This is about balanced power. This consecrated sword represents balance, power, and wisdom, qualities bestowed only to those who have earned them. This is a coming of age for you. Much can be accomplished now with relative ease, provided you remain balanced and grounded. You are bestowed the power of the dragon, ruler, king, and magician. This great honor and privilege is also a great responsibility. You can hold this power indefinitely for as long as you honor, respect, and use it wisely. Now, this card really goes well with this. Making wise decisions. Really being in control of that power, doing what's right. And that's what Pendragon Sword is all about. So there's something there for you to consider. I've wanted to pull some clarifiers for the first card, for the first two cards. And for that, I am using the Modern Hue Tarot. This is a deck put out by a company called Writual with a W. It's a beautiful deck. They also have a combo where you can get the deck and this amazing workbook called Decoding the Cards. It's like 330 pages and it covers all of it. So when you work through this, it really leads you into some deep reflection on each of the cards. It's a beautiful thing, and you can find this. I think I saw it through, I think it was a Facebook ad, if I'm not mistaken, but they do have a company, and it's ritualplanner.com, and that's Writual planner.com. So take the word ritual and put a W in front of it, and you got it. But it's a pretty cool deal. Anyway, so these cards, I pulled one, and it came out as Temperance, Major Arcana card. So this goes in alignment with, it follows up nicely to that. This is about balance and power. And also too, you have the cups and you have the water flowing back and forth, and that can really be an emotional thing here. So balancing the emotions that you may be feeling around something, balancing that with your thoughts, really put those two together. And this also leads back to, is the energy that you may be feeling right now even yours? So really learning to balance that and figure that out. It's like, why am I feeling this way? Is it mine or is this somebody else's? And do I need to let it block me on my path without moving forward? So Temperance, this is really a time to get that balance in place. So because it was a major arcana card, which is a minor, this is a major life type thing. This isn't everyday stuff. This is a transformation and change, which goes back to the very first card. I've got cards all over the place here. Sorry about that. Which goes back to this first card of release, grace and gratitude, releasing the old so that you can get some new stuff in. So Temperance. So major arcana. So I thought I'll pull a second one to see what the minor arcana card says. And the one that came out is another major, Chariot. So this shows that by getting things in balance, that's going to help propel you forward. Because when you balance the thoughts and the emotions, it really helps you form a better game plan and get more clarity. And you can know which direction you want to be going in your life. So if you're stalled, it's time to get moving and move forward. And the person driving this is you. And you're going to notice there are no reins on the little sphinxes, or whatever you call them, in front of him. They are driven and led by his thoughts and his intention, your thoughts and intention. So you're the driver of this, and you really want to be balanced to make sure you are going in the right direction for you, not other people. Don't let that energy around you influence for what you know to be right for you. And this is about your dreams, your goals. Follow those, stick to those. So we have two major arcana cards. These are big moments. So I thought, well, let me pull a third so I can get a minor to really hone in on it. And so I pulled a third, and what we received was the Fool. And I shuffled this deck really, really well. There's no way these were close together. This was meant to happen. And I stopped at 3. That was it. The Fool. This is a new journey for you. It's something brand new. It's exciting. And you're just asked to go in faith. Just go with it. Just follow your heart here. And devil may care. It's divine. It's meant to happen. You have everything in your little bag there that you need to take you on this trip. You have your little dog, your little companion. You have everything. So this is a great way to end this series of readings, of saying that you've come a long way in your life. You've been through a lot. You've experienced all kinds of stuff. And it's time now for this transformation, this change, this redirection, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're experiencing right now. It is divinely timed. It's also divinely planned. Now, how this turns out is entirely up to you. You're the one that's controlling the chariot through your intentions, through your goals, and through whatever action you take. If you choose not to take action, you're not going to go anywhere. So this is up to you. It's your life, your journey, your way. So thank you for following on the metaphysical journey, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.